So it's 5 o'clock and it finally stopped raining and I don't have a lot of time, so I decided I'm going to head out and do a small section of the Lebanon Valley Rail Trail that I haven't been on. It's not that far from my house and hopefully we'll see something really cool out there. I saw some nice pictures online and I'm kind of looking forward to it. Okay, so here we are in the little parking lot. This section is located off of Alden Way, and its parking is right at the top of this little community here, and you can go either north or south. I am going to go this way, which I believe is south. I am directionally dysfunctional, but that's why I carry GPS. Okay, I was wrong, that was north, and I've already been on a section of this that I posted that goes up to the Cornwall trailhead of the Lebanon Valley Rail Trail. That's where that big root beer barrel was, and I don't want to go that way again. I was only maybe a half a mile from this intersection last time and I turned around. Right beside us, I think, is 117, Route 117, and above us, I think that's 322. We got some flora and fauna along the way. I'm not sure what they are. They look a little thorny. There's some pretty flowers here. And lots of these. And I guess they must be building something down here. It looks like a pit of some sort. There's water in it. And it looks like there was some construction, logging, clearing of trees. It may be that they're building another development back there. I don't know. It looks like there's some kind of a little trail up here, but the road's right there. Maybe there's something up there, but it's a little muddy today, so I'm not going to be doing that. Little bench up here. They do apparently allow horses on this trail, but they have to be off to the side and single file. Looks like we're coming up to a cute little bridge. And this goes over Mine Road. Pretty cute. Across the road there, it's no outlet. Mine Road continues around and under this little one-lane bridge below us. So yeah, I had a longer hike planned for today. I even got up early. Last night was my night off, so a lot of times I can hike the next day. I couldn't fall asleep though last night. That's a problem you have when you work night shift. Your body gets used to something. So I didn't get up till 10 o'clock, or no, 12:30. And I got ready, I had everything packed up the night before, and then as soon as I went to walk out the door, it started raining. And it was supposed to stop at 3. It didn't. So here we are. We saw one of these over at the trolley trail. I guess they call it a wind shelter? Storm shelter. Emergency storm shelters. They're put up by the Eagle Scouts. Eagle Project 2010, Troop 415 in Cornwall. And it's just a wall with some benches on each side and a little roof. So now we're down kind of below 117, and there's still little paths back around things, but they aren't going far. I didn't think I'd see anybody else today after the rain, but someone walking their dog up here. And you can see a little trail down through this woods on the side, but it's not on my map, and I suspect that may be private property. It looks like a pretty cool little trail. That's a shame. Oh wow. Onward, and I can't get to it from here, but I saw that there was a ravine And then I looked up, and across the road over there is a little waterfall. I don't know if you can see it. It's right in the middle here. I don't know. I can't point to it, but it's right there in the center. That's kind of cool. I wonder whose waterfall that is or what park it is. And there's some areas where there's little small boulder fields, I guess you could call them. And of course, more paths. I don't understand kind of like why people would make paths like that. Maybe, wait a minute. Oh, there's a little tiny water trickling in there. Maybe sometimes it's like a little waterfall. Who knows? One thing I will say is that it's a nice easy path. It's flat, paved, kind of like a fine gravel on it. And it's shaded, which is nice. It was 72 when I left the house, and it was after the rain, so potentially it was much hotter, you know, to be walking early this morning. So there is a path down there. I see a little bridge there, and you can sort of see a tiny little path. I am assuming it's quite muddy right now, but I heard the water over here trickling down, and decided to take a gander at it. We'll see how far up this little side path goes. If there's a way down to it, I'll try to get down to it. Okay, this might be a way to get down to it, but the thing is, it looks like a really, really crude path and very overgrown. I don't know that I'd want to do that right now with it being so mushy and muddy and wet. Maybe that'll be for another time, because this is like really close to my house, so not far at all to go. And over here on the right, I saw some signs for private property, but it's really pretty woods back through here. Of course, all the way so far, you can still hear the traffic from 117, which is kind of a bummer. Okay, so there was something running towards me up here. It looked like a dog, but I couldn't get my camera out fast enough, and it ran off into the woods. It was a real small dog, I think, but it was by itself. Interesting too to me is that right onto the right of me here, right down over the hill, is Old Mine Road, and from the end of it that I live close to, it's blocked off and you can't go down that road. I thought it would be cool to go there, because check these things out. I mean, I'm going to get back here just a little bit. Oh, it's a deer. Oh my gosh, that's what ran. Holy Hannah. Look at that little baby deer. That's what was running at me. He's hiding behind the tree now. Oh, look at him. He's so sweet. He's peeking out from the tree. Oh my gosh. But I wanted to go down here. I didn't want to scare him, but I wanted to show you. I was so curious about this road called Old Mine Road because, of course, I thought maybe there's some old mines, and there are lots of these humps, so it could be. I'm gonna just venture just a wee bit off the trail here. Just got to be careful of my footing and steps, because, well, there's briars and such. Well, let's go see what's on the other side of this hump. I don't really see much of anything, but I do see a stack of some stone maybe down here. Maybe a fire pit. I'm not really sure. Don't want to get in trouble. I haven't seen a private property sign for quite a while, but let's go down here and see what this is. The bear went over the mountain. Yeah, it's some kind of just a stack. Oh, it's a stack of wood. Just a stack of wood. And this goes over a hump down into a ravine as well. And I imagine there's a stream probably that flows through there at some points. Looks like beautiful woods. There's another road over there that I just mentioned. That's Old Mine Road over there. And from the end that I live close to, it is closed. But you can get to it from somewhere. So, and there's that hump that I just saw. So we'll go back up to the main trail. That Clarence Shock Memorial Park is off to the left of me now, and it's probably a path that crosses the road maybe and goes right into Clarence Shock Memorial Park, otherwise known as Governor Dick Park. I've been there numerous times, but kind of neat. This is one of the pictures that I saw online, and like I think a lot of these rail trails are on old railroad beds, so that is probably some sort of a marker for the old railroad. I don't know. I have to look that up when I get home maybe. So right here I can see through the trees. Yes, there's still traffic. That's the area that I could see the Lebanon Valley Rail Trail from when I did my hike around the entire bottom of the mountain where Governor Dick resides. It was a long walk, almost 7 miles, that I didn't anticipate, but I do remember you could see this rail trail from certain points on that trail. There's more honeysuckle. Yummy. A bunch along this little stretch. Seen a couple of bicyclists. This looks like a really popular trail for that as well. I can't say it's not a pretty little trail. I just wish there was not so much traffic. So I don't understand. There's all these little paths, but sometimes you get down them and it says private property. So, and that kind of sucks. I'd like to get off the pavement a little bit. On the other side, it's definitely private property. There's houses. Some of them are beautiful. Other ones look like little more than shacks. And torn down tents and things like that. The woods here is absolutely gorgeous. The colors are just so much more rich and vivid after rain. There's still a lot of birds out. Okay, I'm about 2 miles in and I'm gonna have to turn around. It's starting to rain again and I have 2 miles to get back to my car. There wasn't a whole lot on this trail, but I did get to see a fawn and some pretty water, scenery. So it wasn't a total loss either, because at least it got my butt up off the couch and out for a walk today, which is always nice to get some fresh air, some exercise, any single day that you can squeeze it in. So, not too horrible, but not really all that interesting. It's a good place to walk and exercise, but this is why I need a treadmill. Days like, when it's raining or it's too cold, something, I can at least squeeze in some exercise at home. And but I'm leery of buying a treadmill offline, because I don't know, like through Amazon, you have to put everything together. They're as bad as IKEA anymore, I swear. And I just don't want to deal with that. So I gotta find a place to go and look at them. I don't know where that'll be. We'll see. Okay, so on my way back, I saw kind of an opening off to the side of the trail, and I kind of made my way down this embankment because it was right past that cute little bridge in Culvert on an obvious path. And I noticed there were some other steps beside that as well. So needed to get a closer look. Oh, I am so glad I came back here. Oh my goodness, look at this. Okay, that's cute, right? We saw that, and I saw this little ramp or pallet, but look at this. Oh my gosh, it's not doing it. Hold on. There you go. Man, what a beautiful stone culvert. Goes right underneath of the trail. And if I hadn't come down here to look at that little bridge, I would have never seen it. It's gorgeous. So in light of that, I'm going to keep following this little path. There's a huge boulder right there beside me. Just to see how far it goes, and if I see anything else like cool like that, because that was super cool. But like I said, it looked to me like this path was pretty primitive. So far, I can walk on it pretty easy. You know, nope. This part just goes right back out to the trail, but still a really interesting side path to go on when you're out here. These too on the side. It looks like definitely chopped or sawed. I don't know. They're flat. I don't think that's completely natural along the side here in the embankment. So who knows? Maybe they're part of something that used to be here. So that little trickle I just showed you, it comes out on the other side of the road, but it's down into a ditch and you can't really get to it. I was hoping there might be another culvert back here somewhere, but I don't see one. Another little side path from the road. Goes by that pile of boulders we saw earlier. I'm gonna try to follow it just a little bit. See if it comes out to the road. I have to go back down. I don't know. Okay, and so this just follows a little ways and then comes out to an open area here. There's the road 117 to my right, and down this little hill. It is muddy here today, boy. That's why I figured I might as well just explore the paths. And there's a path that goes back to the trail, the Lebanon Valley Rail Trail. But I see it still goes on a little further. And right over there is right by where I saw that waterfall through the trees. So it must be a park entrance of some sort off of 117 or somebody's private property. I have to drive by there and check it out. But let's keep going here while we're walking and see if we run into anything. We'll probably run into a stream. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's some kind of path for, I don't know, mountain biking? I don't know. Yeah, so I think this trail just gets wetter and wetter as you go. Kind of turns into its own little stream. I'm gonna try to make my way as much as I can here. Maybe it'll dry up eventually. Wow. Okay, yeah, it does look like it dries up here. And this does dip down into something. Look at this. See, you always discover something amazing if you go off trail. That's why I like to do it. Okay, so check this out. I don't know how much closer I can actually get to it. It's pretty muddy down here. But wow, this thing goes under this culvert from this stream. And I don't know how far back in, but it goes back in pretty far. I really wish I could get closer. Let me see if I can. There you go. So it's really interesting construction here, I think. It's way. Oh, you can see the other end. Look. That's a pretty long tunnel culvert. Now I'm all muddy and dirty. And so as I climbed up out of it, I noticed like right beside it, there's another little part of that same stream coming down the hill embankment here. That's so cute. I wonder what's up there. Let me go check it out. So I'm not far from my car. The rail trail is up above me. I'm still following this dirt path, and I'm hoping that it does come out somewhere where I can get back up to the road. I'm thinking it will. I mean, why wouldn't it, right? But this certainly is a much nicer exploration than walking on pavement, you know? So the path does go quite a ways through the woods. It comes out to this road here, and I see it continues across the road here. There's that old bridge we were on top of earlier. Mine Road, I guess we're crossing. And I see some stuff down there, but that looks like it's roped off that you can't go on it. If I come back, I'm gonna go on this trail and see if it goes any further past that cool culvert, and I might discover more culverts, and I might just check out what's down there past the bridge. I should soon be getting to my car. And there's a split here. I'm thinking that just goes out to the road too, so I'm going to go to the left here and back out to the rail trail and show you where this little delightful trail is located from the rail trail. So right after you go under that concrete bridge at 322 and you're coming down the trail, and before that little wooden bridge that we saw, which is right up there, there's this trail off to the left. To me, it just looked like a really muddy tire mark. It's that thin, but it does go quite a way back through the woods. It's a nicer walk, I think, than walking on this pavement, so I shall remember that. And you know, you get to see those cool culverts. There may be more. Who knows? Back in the car, ready to head home. I'm really glad I went on that dirt path on the way back. That was so super cool to see those culverts, and I much prefer walking in the woods on dirt. So despite not wanting to get muddy, I got muddy. I'm just a dirty girl. But 3.73 miles total, and it is after 7 o'clock, so I have to head home to go to work. I hope y'all are having a great day. I'll see you next time. Namaste.